Okay, so these are the notes that I'm going to do for factoring trinomials. The only difference today, I'm just going to give you a couple of the problems where the beginning number, the A, is actually not going to be a prime number. So it's just going to be a composite number, like a 4 or 6 or something like that. Majority of the time, this number here is a 2. So if it was 2x squared, that's made up of 2x times x. Maybe it's a 3. 3x squared is 3x and x. If it was a 5, it'd be 5x times x, and that would give you the 5x squared. The only difference is today, that number might be a 4. So we now have to look at the factors of 4. So maybe it was 2 and 2, or maybe it was 4 and 1. So it could have been, any one of those could have been a possible way to get that. So let's look at the first slide. And all right, so we got 6x squared plus 25x plus 4. And the rule doesn't change. All right. So if we have a plus and a plus, then automatically we're still going to get plus and plus here. So nothing changes there. The only difference with this problem, I got a 6 here. So maybe my factors are 6 and 1, or maybe they're 3 and 2. And that's where we're just going to have to check and see. All right. My last number is 4, so maybe its factors are 4 and 1 or 2 and 2. But keep in mind, the outside and the inside, when combined, have to equal 25x. That's our key to this one right here. So maybe it's 3 and 2. So that would be a 3x and a 2x. Maybe it's 4 and 1 or 2 and 2, but if I put a 4 here and a 1 here, the best I'm going to get on the outside is 3x and 4 is 12x, and the best I'm going to get on the inside is 2x. That's not even close to 25. And the highest two numbers I see there are a 3 and a 4, so I don't even know if that's a good choice right there. So maybe it needs to be something else. Maybe it should have been, instead of 4 and 1, it should have been 2 and a 2 here. But if the 4 didn't work, let's look at outside and inside. Outside is 3x and 2, that's 6x. Inside is 2 and 2, that's 4x. That doesn't even get close to 25. So I really don't like my first choice of 3 and 2. I think that was a bad choice. So let's look at it again. Remember, I need a pretty high middle number here. So why don't we try 6 and 1? Remember, 6x times x, that's the same as 1x. You know you got pluses and pluses here. Now I can either try my 4 and 1 combination or my 2 and 2. And again, here's where just kind of knowing that you need to get a really high middle number here. I think I'm going to try 1 and 4. But if I put a 1 here and a 4 here, let's see if that works. 6x times 4, that's 24x. 1 times x, that's 1x. That adds up to 25x. That's the match I was looking for. All right. So a lot of times, again, if you get a really high number here, try picking some high numbers here and here. All right, so there's your answer, 6x plus 1 and x plus 4. All right, look at the next one. Keep in mind with this one, we see a minus here. Automatically, my signs have to be different. I don't know if the plus should come first and then the minus, or the minus and the plus, but I know they're going to be different. All right, so I'm going to go ahead and draw it. I know I'm going to have a plus minus or a minus plus. Again, we got an issue here. Maybe it's 4 and 1, or maybe it's 2 and 2. Here, it could be 1 and 28. I would probably try with 4 and 7 first. That's just my gut feeling. Usually it's the most obvious one. So if we try 4 and a 7, it doesn't really matter. We could try 4 and 1 here, or 2 and 2. And if we try 2 and 2, and a 4 and a 7, again, remember, outside and inside have to give me a minus 9. That's looking like outside is 14x and inside is 8x. I don't think 14 and 8 are going to give me 9, so that's not a good match right there. Let's try some other ones. Instead of the 4 and the 7, maybe the 7 and the 4. That's the only other way. Well, let's see. Outside, that'd be 8. Inside would be 14. I don't think that changes anything by moving them, so that didn't really help me there. So maybe the 2 and 2 were not a good combination here. Let's try 4 and 1. So let's try 4x. Remember, 1x is the same as x. You don't need to put a 1 in front of it. Okay, so maybe I need to put a 7 then a 4. Let's see if we could do something with that. All right, outside is 16x. Inside is 7x. Can a 16 and a 7 give you a negative 9? Yep. The question is, who should have the minus or the negative go with? Well, should be a negative 16 and a positive 7. So where did the negative 16 come from? That came from the outside. The 4x times the minus 4x, which means the plus goes here. And there's your factored answer right there. All right. All right, next one. What was that rule? A minus, but then a plus. If it's a minus, but then it's a plus, it's automatic. Both minuses, automatic. All right. And again, factors of 4. It's either 4 and 1 or 2 and 2. And this is either going to be 9 and 1 or 3 and 3. And again, you're really only checking 4 things. So it's not a lot. But we need the outside and the inside to combine up to a negative 13. I'm just going to try the 4 and the 1. Again, it's just all about trial and error here. Maybe it's 3 and 3. That'd be a negative 12, and that'd be a negative 3. That's not going to add up to a negative 13. That was a bad choice. Well, the only other way to go with the 4 and the 1, instead of 4 and the 1 and the 3 and the 3, why don't we try the 4 and the 1 and the 9 and the 1. All right, so let's look here. What if I put the 9, then the 1? 4x times negative 1, that's negative 4x. Negative 9x times 1 is minus 9x. Is a negative 4 and a negative 9 combined give you a negative 13? Yep, there's your match right there. So there it is right there. All right. And again, this is really only if this leading number is not a prime number. All right, last one. Looks to me like we've got a 6, so we could do 6 and 1 or 3 and 2. And a 35 here. You could do 1 and 35. I don't know about all that. I would probably start and try with 7 and 5. Okay? And again, look at our rule. I see a minus and then a plus. That's automatic. Both of them are minuses. Okay. So I'm going to start with a 5 and a 7. And then I'm either going to put a 3 and a 2 here, or a 6 and a 1 here. But that is a pretty high number in my opinion. And I think if I put a 3 and a 2 in either one of these missing spots, I don't know that I'm going to get high enough with that. I need a negative 47 when these are combined. So I'm actually going to start with the higher one. I'm going to put the 6. It's either the 6 comes first and then the 1, or the 1 comes first and then the 6. Let's try the 6. So 6x and x, and let's see what that gives us. 6 and 7, that's a minus 7, that'd be negative 42x. Negative 5 and an x, that's a minus 5x. Is a negative 42 and a negative 5 a negative 47? Yes, it is. You know you did it right. So there it is right there. Okay, and don't forget, you can always type this into your calculator. Type that into your calculator. It should be the exact same graph. You can use Desmos if you want to do that, but that should work. So your assignment, I'm going to give you a quizzes assignment. The code should be available now, and I believe there are 35 questions. I will list on the assignment exactly how many you need to get correct in order to receive full credit. So again, just look back on Schoology. The assignment should be posted right now, and good luck.